Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is in your place in the world. Welcome to Andertons TV.
I'm Pete.
And I'm the captain. Ta-da! Mustang. It must be May the 1st. At least it's May the 1st if you're watching this on the day we release this video, because May the 1st, 2017.
May the 1st be with you.
May the 1st be with you is a momentous day in the world of guitar amplifiers, as the unbelievably popular Fender Mustang guitar amp range, Mustang 2, which is the outgoing series, has been replaced by a fairly massive technological leap forward in what you've previously been able to do on a Fender amplifier has taken place, and Mustang GT is now with us in 3 guises.
I mean, this is, for me, when you look at them, just when I opened the box and I went like that, I was like, they look great from the get-go. They feel lovely. Feel that. It's a bit of a...
Oh, it's like a bit rubbery, isn't it?
Rubbery thing. Where
if you're in China, we don't mean it's lovely. We mean it's rubbery.
It's actually rubbery feel to it, which is really road.
Immediately, this video cannot be shared outside of the UK.
Okay, no, sorry,
but there we are.
It's not. It was not my intention to go there, but it means that it's really sturdy and stuff. And you kind of, I think it's good on the road to take out the handle. Just pop that up. Check that out. Rob,
it's quite a departure from
it's completely new
Mustang,
design, isn't it?
Yeah, Mustang GT, which had that kind of silver-faced grill cloth, and was much more of an amp that maybe looked like something that Fender would have designed in the 60s. So GT's had quite a sort of a more contemporary vibe to it, which I think is appropriate given that, you know, technologically this is a much more contemporary kind of amplifier. So there are 3 versions currently in the range. So the little Diddy one here, which we're going to get round to playing later, is a stereo 2x6.5 inch 40 watt combo.
I mean, look at this.
Been working out, Pete.
No.
That's actually 73 kilos, that is. Did you see what he did? Then we've got a 112 100 watter and a 212 200 watter.
Yeah. Super light as well. All of them are like weighs nothing.
Really?
Stereo,
well,
2 by
so
12.
the software in all 3 is identical.
Yeah.
So we've simply chosen to use these 2 at the start here, so that when Pete and I are jamming, we're using the 12-inch speakers, but the software is the same in all of them. So they are, even though this one and this one are the stereo ones, this is the mono one in terms of the cabinet, but if you use the software and you use the DI output or the USB recording outputs on here, you'll get stereo everything into your, you know, whether you're running it into a computer interface or a live sound system.
That's LXR.
LXR.
Yeah. I don't know what that
RXL.
Yeah. So that's it. You got stereo jacks or XLR out.
Yeah.
And the 200 comes with a foot switch, which is this one here, where you can control all your effects and your presets and your looper, which you heard in the beginning. And it comes with this, comes with the foot switch. You have to buy that extra, but it also works for the little one, which I didn't realize in the beginning.
So you can get all the functionality that you're going to see in this demo on any of the 3 amplifiers that we're using. There's an app called Fender Tone, I think it's called. Is it called Fender Tone? It's called Fender Tone. Yeah. So there's an app which is fully iOS and Android compatible. Right now we're using like a beta test version of the app, but this launches the full live version on May the 1st as well. And I believe currently is just sized to work on a smartphone, but I'm sure the clever people at Fender will be working on tablet versions soon.
Absolutely.
And basically, the app is kind of optional. The app just makes everything that you can do in the amp anyway easier and more graphically, you know, simpler to adjust. So we're going to do everything from the app. But if you're still living in the dark ages and you don't own a device like this, don't worry. You can still do everything on the amplifier. It's just a little bit more fiddly. So you heard in our opening jam, Pete using this one, me using this one, both set to kind of like a Fender Twin vibe.
Yeah, we did change this here to a Bacon 65 Twin. I did have a little fiddle in the beginning there, because as we talked about, presets kind of, I like to tweak.
You like to tweak.
I like to tweak a little bit. So I just saved it very simple by going into the preset, going into the thing, and literally just, you can name it there by renaming it, typing it in, saving it.
And of course, as soon as you use bacon in the title, everything instantly becomes better.
But it's so intuitive and very simple.
We're using a couple of our favorite distortion pedals on the floor. Yep. So I've got a Nobels ODR1.
I've got a Greer Lightspeed.
And our instant impression of, just using a Fender Twin preset, and I guess the Fender Twin's probably Fender's most iconic ever amplifier, is they do Fender modeling better than anybody else.
Yeah.
I say anybody else, forget Kemper and Fractal and all that kind of malarkey and stuff. I'm talking about versus other amps of some similar kind of price points that claim to be modeling amplifiers. Fender do Fender better. Yeah. End of.
When I pickups, a lot of people ask me about the pickups, just to go a little, maybe it's a little bit the same, it's, but anyway, everybody asks me about what pickups have you got in your guitars, what pickups do you like, all this stuff. I like Fender pickups because they were the ones that they first used, and it's like the same with the Fender tones, the Fender pickups. Yeah, see?
Seymour Duncan.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm just like I'm just.
It's fine. For me. We're going to use a load of different guitars. Yes. I apologise in advance if this video is a long video. There's a lot to get through. We'll try and get as much playing in the video as well, to keep the talking to a minimum. But there's a lot to tell you about. So look, I think the first thing we're going to try and do, using this amp as our sort of main demo amplifier, is go through some of the models. The great thing about digital modeling amplifiers, particularly that have phone apps, is the software is continually being updated by Fender. So expect to see whatever amps and effects you see in this demonstration, expect to see more amps and more effects come on stream as time progresses.
Absolutely, and it's worth saying that the amp goes on the Wi-Fi at home.
Yes.
So you can log onto your Wi-Fi and it'll just tell you when there's an update, and you can update it, which is great as well. So you don't have to worry about getting a phone up or getting a USB stick in or hooking up to your computer or anything. It just does it because it's on the Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Other stuff, I guess, like that we'll come to later. I can stream my music from my phone through the guitar amp, which we'll do a bit later. I've got some. I've had to find some royalty-free backing tracks because if the last time I did this and we played someone's backing tracks, we got into trouble because we didn't have their permission. So there we are. Let's just go through some sounds. So let's just stay on this Bacon Twin for the minute.
Which this was called Basic Twin in the beginning. That was number one Basic Twin.
So you can see on the app, as soon as I press the amplifier, you can see that this sound is effectively made up of two component parts. It's got an amplifier, 65 twin reverb, and it's got a reverb section, which is also the 65 spring. If I hit the amp section of it, you can see that I have 5 controls come up, and again, I can just move my finger up and down on here to adjust that. If you're looking on close-up cam here, you can kind of see that actually everything is happening on the amp in kind of real time as well. So Pete, take it away.
You can also click it like this, and then you can literally go like this. Check that out.
Click it again. Out. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yes.
So there we go.
In case you can't see it,
Same for the reverb. You can literally hit that, and you can see again. You've got some other controls for the reverb there. There's tons of other effects. We'll get to them. So let's have a look.
I think there might be a lot of reverb on here, but anyway, here we go. Might be a little bit
too much reverb.
Too much reverb, but try to take that down a bit.
So wet level. As soon as you change anything, if you try and come out of that preset, you get this handy reminder that says, do you want to save that or continue without saving? So we'll continue without saving and load up the next sound. Now this is a straight preset. We haven't edited this one yet. So this is their basic 65 Princeton. And I think Pete and I are saying that we'd quite like most of the presets to have a little bit more reverb on there, a little bit more bass end on there. So as we go through, we'll probably be adjusting those.
Yeah.
Again, maybe now is a good time as well to tell you that one of the things that you can access from the app is Fender's Tone Cloud, where you can upload your favorite patches, share them via Facebook, download other people's favorite patches. So imagine like a billion options being immediately available to you.
It's so good.
I think Fender are going to try and work with some of their artists' design patches as well. So there's going to be like
I might even try to make some patches.
Really?
Why not? Really?
I would buy them. Well, they're free, so you don't even have to. So I would download them.
Yes, why not?
Right, so come on then.
65 Princeton. See, immediately when it's so easy, and you get this tone. It makes me happy.
It's a great sounding amp.
It's great, and it's like it inspires you to keep playing. That's the great bit about it.
65 Deluxe.
65 Deluxe. Tweak it.
If I dial the volume back and the gain up a little bit, because this one's kind of a little bit gainy anyway, there's no pedals. This is getting that classic kind of just slightly pushed Fender.
Maybe a little bit too reverb, but
yeah,
hey,
we've got. Do you know what I mean? Again, we could go through all these all day, so I'm just going to pick out some of my favourite ones.
How many is in it? Like 100 or?
There's 20 different amp models.
Yeah.
And then of course you can save an infinite number of different settings of those amps with different effects in them and stuff like that. So let's have 59 Bassman is probably another a super iconic amp. Now this hasn't got any reverb on it here, so I'm guessing if we press the plus button, we have add a pre-effects, change the amplifier, or add a post-effects. Now reverb would be a post-effects thing, so I hit that, I choose reverb.
Look at that.
I've got 7 million different reverb options here, so I'll go 65 spring, and then there it is, and look at that. Oh, it sounds, I think that's probably as fine as it is. That is the nut. That's the first time we've come to that preset, the first time we've added reverb to anything, and that is nailed on. I tell you, I've said it already in this video, Fender amp modeling
absolutely
currently better than any other amp that I've heard.
That sounds great.
No pedals. There's no pedals on at the moment. This is just
It makes me happy. This makes me happy.
Did you see his face? So let's find some other ones that are iconic. Actually, some of these are maybe less iconic. So I'm guessing, right, so now we're into, this is where Fender are trying to copy other classic amplifiers. So basic British 60s, 70s, could be Voxes, could be Marshalls. I'm not entirely sure on this. They've got metal amps.
Ooh,
so let's go with, I reckon basic British 70s is going to be Marshall, isn't it? That's an obvious one.
Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you?
See what it sounds like.
because I just noticed I'm a little bit out of tune.
Are you?
So
do you want to go to the tuner? Do you?
Yes. Let's. If I hold, so there's a
on.
button here. Oh, you can do that. Okay.
I can do it from here.
Let's have a look.
I think.
And I can do it from the.
He says, trying to remember. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. It might be settings, tuner.
Ah, there we go. Look. Look at
Learn
this little
more. Hang on a second. Ready to use. Don't want to learn more. Let's just use it. That's right. What happened?
Well, the tuner's on here.
Oh, the tuner's on there. Yeah. But let's see.
So, you download a free app.
Oh, I see.
No, basically, I just wanted to tune. There's a little here. Comes up on the foot, on the controller as well. If you can see that.
Right. So just to explain there, as you can see, we're doing this demo slightly on the fly. What the app is trying to do is open a secondary app called the Fender Tune app, which I haven't downloaded onto my phone, and because I've switched my, I've put my phone into flight mode so that people don't call me during this demo. I can't download that right now. But what it's done, regardless of the fact I haven't got the app installed, is it's turned on the tuner on the amp, which, as you can see, is really easy to see from this display here, and pretty easy to see from the foot switch as well. Woo! Oh, it mutes the guitar. That's clever, isn't it? So it mutes the guitar as soon as you go into tuner mode.
I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, this tone is great.
So what I was going to do, again, just for giggles, I'm going to drop the gain on this amplifier right down.
Yep.
So. And now I'm going to add a pre-effects.
Ooh,
so
okay.
If you guys are sitting there going, I don't really understand this whole post and pre-effects thing, in an amplifier, you have a preamp section, which is where a lot of your gain and tone comes from. And typically, there are some effects that you would put before that preamp section, distortions, wah-wah, stuff like that. And there are some effects that you would put after that section. That's the post bit. And if you had a... if you think about this in terms of amps with effects loops, an effects loop is post the preamp, and if you plug effects in the front, that's before. So you get the choice of where you want to put your effects. So I am going to use a green box, which I'm guessing is a Tube Screamer overdrive, in front of this Marshall sound. In fact, you can even see the signal chain. Look, it puts the effect in front of it. I tell you. I'm really
It
impressed.
makes us see how we smile, and this is the first time we literally gone through this stuff, isn't it?
Here's no pedal.
Because you bypassed it.
Because I bypassed it.
Oh.
And with the pedal. Tube Screamer doing that classic thing of taking some of the bass away, just adding a little bit of a mid-hump thing. Again, I could tweak that way more to get exactly the sound that I wanted.
I think it sounds great, though. I must say.
I can add tons of effects on, by the way. It's not just a question of adding one effect at a time. I can add several effects at one time.
And you can have stereo effects as well, couldn't you? Because if you put a stereo delay in or a shimmer...
Well, okay, we'll do that on the next amp then. So let's find a... Do you want 80s British basic Brit colour?
I have to change the guitar.
What's basic Brit colour? Yeah, let's change the guitar. Come on then, change the guitar and let's go full 80s shred.
Oh my God, wish me luck. Because this is nothing, it doesn't happen often, this. Well, you know what, I just play some John Mayer on, isn't it? That's what he does.
Here we go, 80s British, which... preset you've been most excited about on the whole thing. We have Metal 2000. Now I don't know what amp this is based on. Metal 2000. What do you think it is? Dual rectifier.
2000. Is there not a Marshall 2000 JVM 2000?
No.
No. don't know anything about amps like that.
Change any of
That's not bad at all, is it?
I was expecting to have to get there and do some heavy editing, but it sounded good.
There's a gate on there. Yeah, man. Yeah. And you know how I found that? Because I was fiddling around with it earlier, and you can actually go into the gate. If you then go, if you just look at that, look, gate.
Oh, look, I found it.
Hey.
The little arrow at the bottom of the screen opens up more stuff.
Ah, so we're battling.
Noise gate, whereabouts it is in the signals.
Sag of the bias as well of the amp. I noticed that yesterday when I was fiddling about it a little bit. Holy mother! Holy mother! But this is a good tone. I need to get a Floyd Rose guitar, man. I don't have one.
You do.
I don't have one.
So I think I kind of want to go back to.
Do you want to go some blues?
Yeah, well, you know, there's so many things on here. I mean, I'm kind of guessing that these are going to be so mentally popular.
Absolutely.
There'll be like a zillion videos of these of everybody trying to do their own. There's just tons and tons.
And I'll tell you what, maybe we could do some presets here. Maybe we'll just do some presets. Why not?
I just love, and they've got some great names for them as well. Look.
Okay, so now I'm swap over to one of these. I love these guitars. It says purple fuzz.
I don't even know if that was what I. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm literally just randomly picking presets.
I love
now
these names.
This has got in it, let's have a look. This has got 108 presets already in it. Might be more by the time this, you buy your one of these. And I'm just literally picking names that sound fun. So these are all straight out the box presets. I haven't done anything with these.
Buckaroo. Angry Rodent.
Angry Rodent.
The Angry Rodent. Ethereal.
Didn't she used to be in EastEnders? Yeah. Ethereal. She had a little dog, didn't she? Called, I can't remember.
Ethereal. So you can see the effects there. You got a simple compressor, a triangle chorus, and then the delay and a hole in the end. It's so clever, man.
I think we could have a lot of fun with this. We might even just do a separate video of us just literally banging through some of the presets and just playing.
That's a good idea.
Let's do a couple more of those, and then I think we should move on to hearing what the little one sounds like.
Yeah, because this is going to be very popular, I think. What's here?
Far Beyond Driven, this is called.
Far Beyond Driven.
This is called Rockabilly Train. Give us a bit of rockabilly. I chose that because of the Gretsch guitar. I thought, let's do this. Anyway, look.
There's a lot in me you don't know.
That's disgusting. Let's plug into this. We're going to take a 2-second break just to re-mic this one up. And then we'll be right back at you. So we're just going to literally, all I've done on my phone is on, I found like a royalty-free backing track, blues backing track. It's not a brilliant one, but whatever, we'll use it anyway.
It's free.
And we're going to stream that through here. Imagine you could stream any of your music library through any of these little amplifiers, all via Bluetooth. And then Pete's going to jam over the top. I'm going to change a couple of sounds while he's jamming. As I said, apologies that the backing track's not amazing, but it is what it is. Cool.
Yeah, there you are.
So, as I said, everything that, in terms of software-wise, everything that we've done on the bigger amplifiers, we can do on the smaller amplifiers. The only difference is on the back of the amplifier, we don't have the XLR outputs and the effects return stuff. We just have a foot switch output and a USB output.
Yeah, for recording.
For recording.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is there an editor as part of the USB thing, or is it just a recording thing? I suppose you wouldn't need one, would you? Because you've got all the editing in the app.
Absolutely.
So that's really, I think what we should do is probably end with a little sort of jammage, basically. You jam on that, I'll jam on that.
Absolutely. And again, this is a stereo, little 6.5 inch, not 6 inch.
Yeah.
Because the extra inch, half an inch makes all the difference, as we know. Especially when you're parking a car.
Again, I don't know what else you know, if you've got more questions about this, stick them in the comments section below. We'll do our best to answer. But, you know, these are great for, you know, using at home. They've got headphone sockets. You've got auxiliary inputs. So if you want to, I don't know, say you want to just run some music from an old CD player or something, you know, you can do it through the oldie-fashioned cable.
Player?
I don't know.
A little Walkman, CD Walkman.
Money-wise, we haven't told you money-wise what they are. So the GT40, which is the 40-watt one, is a very affordable $195. The 100-watt 1x12, this one here that I was playing earlier, is $325. And the big one, the 200-watt one, the 2x12 that Pete was using at the beginning, is £440, including VAT.
It's worth mentioning as well, in the beginning of the video, we would have just annotated using the DI out of this and the microphone in front so you can hear the difference.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
I was playing just along in the video, so you can see that's the DI out. And the DI out in this is a stereo DI and it sounds really good.
It's really pro. It sounds stereo really effects return is really pro feature on an amplifier like this, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And so you get the stereo effects return on this one as well, but it obviously would only come out in stereo if you use the stereo DI output.
Yeah. And you know, they weigh nothing, so if you want to go gig with them, you can.
What do they weigh?
I think that's like 15 kilos or something. I remember one of them is
Really?
15 point something kilos, which is nothing. That's not very much.
Okay, so we've just literally looked up on the Tinterweb what these things weigh. So this is 7 and a bit kilos. Ooh. This is just under 15 kilos. Sorry, this is just under 10 kilos.
Yeah.
And this is 15 kilos.
Around 7.
What's that in pounds? 20?
Double.
25?
About
30?
double,
About 30.
Yeah.
So
that's
relative to, I mean, if you think that a sort of a reasonably weighty tube amplifier will be 25 kilos, so 50 pounds, something like that. These are borderline half the weight of a tube equivalent.
Could they gig? Could you gig on these?
For sure.
I think you can. I think you can. Definitely with this, absolutely. You know,
Yeah,
depending on the drummer you have.
I think you get that. There is that characteristic sound of a digital or solid state amplifier when it gets near to the maximum volume.
The breaking point doesn't...
So whereas a tube amplifier, when it gets near to the maximum volume, just goes, I'm still going to sound glorious. These kind of amplifiers, when they get near to their maximum volume, start to go, oh, I don't like it here. Yeah. But there's tons of headroom in this thing. This is loud.
Loud. So it's not nothing.
Gigging, definitely. Gigging, almost certainly, up to a size. Home use.
Unless you...
Home use.
Yeah.
Little, you know, maybe a jam band type thing, you know, where just like you're mucking around at
it. Because you get everything, and I would imagine you can also just save on here, and then so if you've got this one to gig with, you're sitting in your kitchen, you're putting that over to that via the app and all that sort of stuff. Right?
If you are a very happy existing Mustang owner, and you're thinking, God, I've spent the last 6 months or 5 years nailing all my patches, they just sound exactly how I want them to be. You can download all of your old Mustang patches into a new Mustang. Can't do it the other way around, obviously. You can't take new Mustang patches to put in an old Mustang, but you can take old Mustang patches and put it into new Mustang patches.
Hey,
so they've really thought of everything. So look, Pete and I are going to jam out on something.
Yeah. I'm just on the basic basement.
Can you plug the foot switch into that one so that we can have a loop?
I mean, listen to that little thing.
Yeah, I like it. We should say again, all the software is identical. So the only reason for this one not to sound like this one is because it's smaller speakers and a less powerful amplifier. That's it.
Absolutely.
So...
And on that note...
On that bombshell...
Yeah, come and check them out. Links will be below.
Yeah, we'll have all these in the store. Oh, that was the other good news as well. So this video is going up on May the 1st, 2017. And Fender have actually managed, for the first time ever, to combine a product announcement with the product actually being available.
Awesome.
So, yeah, they are literally... worldwide release on May the 1st, as far as I understand. So by the time we get to May the 5th or the 6th or whatever, these will be in the shops.
They've got those massive Chinook helicopters just flying all over the
Absolutely,
country.
Drones, Fender drones, shipping them everywhere.
Dropping them out just all over the country.
So yeah, yeah, that's it. So if you order now, you'll get your amplifier within just a few days. And if you're watching later on, the amps are probably already in stock.
Then you might have one already.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, Pete, you're just the best guitar player I know. It's just a joy and an honour to ever do videos with this man. I learn something every time.
You do, man. Let's do those lessons.
Let's do some. Pete's going to teach me to learn to play guitar properly. So come on then. Are we plugged into this? I bet
we are plugged into
We are. So have you got a little loop going?
Right.
So there you go.
There you go.
Mustang GT range.
GT40.
New for 2017. I'm impressed.
We're May already, man. It's going to be May. It's May already. Can't believe how quickly this has gone. I can't keep up anymore. I mean,
so, there you go. What do you think? What did you think? Yeah, I mean, I actually, I'm going to go back to my earlier statement. If you like Fender amplifiers and you can't afford a tube one, or for whatever reason a tube one's not appropriate for, you know, your lifestyle,
yeah,
this is the amp you need to buy.
They're great, man. If you want a Fender sound.
Yeah, and it does all the other sounds, or certainly the ones we've tried, pretty well.
Absolutely.
So,
and you've got all of these effects in there built in,
and
it's easy to do. And it's
the Fender thing. They've
absolutely
smashed the Fender
thing. Yeah, but even that British thing was great, man.
And with the pedals as well. I mean, I said
with pedals. That worked with pedals.
Yeah.
The little thing.
Which is tough, I think, with modelling amp. You know, I'm always worried that, you know, modelling amps kind of don't really understand what happens when you drive them with a pedal and they won't sound like a valve amplifier. But I did not get that sensation with these amplifiers. I liked them a lot.
Yeah.
So there we are.
There you go.
That's the end.
What's out for those patches coming? Oh.
You're going to do some, are you?
Yeah, why not?
Well, you've said it now.
No, I've said it now, haven't I? Would you like me to, if you have one of these, when you buy it, have a little play around, would you like me to see if I can make some patches for you?
Of course.
Put it in the comments below.
The entire internet screamed yes at that point. Right, anyway, I've been the Captain.
I'm Danish Pete.
And we shall see you next time on Andertons TV. Wait.